So, thank you for joining me again. It's really great to have your company as we continue to follow events in the life of Queen Esther. Even though our reading is very similar to last time, we will see a definite progression in the story. Let's explore together. Esther chapter 2, verses 9, 10 and 15. Recognition. Hegai was very impressed with Esther and treated her kindly. He quickly ordered a special menu for her and provided her with beauty treatments. He also assigned her 7 maids, specially chosen from the king's palace, and he moved her and her maids into the best place in the harem. Esther had not told anyone of her nationality and family background because Mordecai had directed her not to do so. Esther was the daughter of Abihail, who was Mordecai's uncle. Mordecai had adopted his younger cousin. When it was Esther's turn to go to the king, she accepted the advice of Hegai, the eunuch in charge of the harem. She asked for nothing except what he suggested, and she was admired by everyone who saw her. Here we have a bevy of beautiful young women, many of whom may well have been in the king's harem unwillingly or under duress. As an old English proverb says, beauty may have fair leaves, yet bitter fruit. Perhaps it was Esther's attitude that mattered. She willingly obeyed Hegai as well as Mordecai and showed a gentleness and a meekness of spirit, which to the undiscerning masked great inner courage and strength. Whatever it was, there was something about her that gained the favour of all who knew her. Do you know people like that? Is it ever said of you or me? Mordecai and Esther were not outwardly practicing Jews, but they had a deep love for each other and their people. Sadly, in our individualistic society, such loyalty is rare. Only Esther and Mordecai knew that she was a Jewess in a Gentile palace, and worse still, was soon to become queen. Could this be the will of God for Israel? These were third-generation Jews since the exile to Babylon and then Persia. The then rulers were more lenient towards the exiles, allowing those who chose to return to their own land. Some prospered in exile and continued to live there. As so often happens, once persecution stops, God's people become less passionate in godly practice and witness. Persecution begets boldness. Tolerance begets lukewarmness. Just when we have it worked out that God only uses certain people who boldly show wholehearted commitment to Him, He elects to use a couple of secret believers for the furtherance of His purposes. God's plans never alter and will be accomplished despite the state of the believer. But if we love Him for who He is and what He's done for us through His lovely Son, we will surely want to live to please Him in every possible way. May we be recognized as Christians by our love for Him and for one another, and not only by our church-going and religious practices. A little prayer. May the beauty of Jesus be seen in me. Amen. That pretty much says it all. Challenging and thought-provoking this time. I wonder where her obedience and all this preparation led Esther. We'll find out next time. In the meantime, may our prayer be answered and the beauty and love of Jesus radiate from each one of us. Be thoroughly blessed.